of Dunkirk on April 16th, 2019 at 5:30 p.m. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Williams.
Councilman Williams is excused for the evening.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Here.
Councilmember Heenan.
Here.
Councilmember Civiletto.
Here.
Councilmember Elijah Washington.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Certification of the prior meetings.
This is to certify that an official copy of the minutes of the Common Council meeting of Tuesday, April 2nd, 2019 was presented to the Mayor on Thursday, April 11, 2019. Pursuant to Section 3.03 of the Dunkirk City Charter, all items presented to the Mayor are now in full force and effect. In witness whereof I have hereto set my hand and the seal of the City of Dunkirk, New York, this 16th day of April, 2019.
I need a motion dispensing with the reading of the minutes. Councilman Bamanto with the first, Councilman Civiletto with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan. Councilmember Civiletto.
Aye.
Councilmember Elijah Washington.
Aye. Reading of the privilege of the floor regulations.
The privilege of the floor shall be extended to any person appearing for themselves, in which case that individual shall be limited to 3 minutes, and to any person representing a group who shall be limited to 5 minutes. When recognized, please stand and state your name and address. The city clerk shall have the duty of maintaining such time limits, and the councilman at large may determine in his discretion whether individuals are speaking for themselves or representing groups. Councilman at large portion shall maintain good order and may require any speaker to cease speaking if remarks are made in bad taste or are slanderous or non-germane to any action taken or contemplated by council. The time limits shall be strictly adhered to, except that the speaker may be allowed to complete a statement or thought started before such time has expired.
With that being said, privilege of the floor is now open. I'd like to remind everybody the time limit is 3 minutes for individuals, 5 minutes for groups. It is not a question and answer period. However, if a department head or administrator chooses to answer your question during that time period, that's their choice. But there is a proper time later in the meeting to answer those questions. Privilege of the floor is now open. If you wish to speak, please step forward to the microphone, state your name and address.
Good evening. Jim Fisher with Revitalize Dunkirk. I just want to go over a couple of positive things that are happening within Revitalize Dunkirk itself. In the last month, we've had substantial donations to the Hanging Basket Project and Revitalize Dunkirk itself. We also are going to be planting trees on Baton Avenue next week, and we're just getting started on our Adopt a Garden program or project. And Revitalize Dunkirk now has 50 plus members, so we've hit the 50, we're going for 75 now. We're also a member of the Northern Chautauqua Community Foundation. And then the meeting is Thursday, April 18th at 6:30 p.m. at the Fredonia Technology Incubator, 214 Central Avenue. And we don't have a guest speaker this month, but we will be discussing with members our various summer projects, also what projects or interests they would be interested in Revitalize Dunkirk pursuing in the future. So everybody, the general public, and everybody's invited to come down and see what Revitalize Dunkirk is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Great work. Sounds like you guys are busy. Anybody else wishing to take advantage of privilege of the floor, please step forward to the podium and state your name and address. Last opportunity. Anybody wishing to speak, please step forward to the podium and state your name and address. Seeing none, privilege of the floor is now closed. Communications from the mayor, including disapproval messages. Mayor?
Just have a few announcements to make for council. The first one is tomorrow, Child Abuse Prevention Month is going to be celebrated throughout the county. The city of Dunkirk will be involved. There will be a ceremonial pinwheel presentation done here at City Hall at 11 a.m. Everyone's welcome to attend. Also, I don't know if council members are aware, but tomorrow there should be an announcement made regarding Philbrook Foods. Wells Enterprises is going to be announcing tomorrow the acquisition of Philbrook Foods. I just wanted to let council members know I've been in contact with the high-level officials of the Wells Enterprises this week, as well as Robin Galloway, CEO of Fieldbrook Foods. This acquisition is a good thing for the city, for Fieldbrook. These two companies have been competitors, and the acquisition will now ensure that this company here remains here in the city of Dunkirk. They're looking to increase production as well as the variety of products that they're going to be making and selling out of our plant here. So this is very similar to what happened with Refresco and Cod. And I do have a meeting planned tomorrow morning with one of the high-level officials that flew in for the announcement tomorrow morning. Also, just wanted to give you a quick update with the pier project. We did commence with the groundbreaking. Pier project is going as planned. And again, we're looking to stay real strict to the target date for completion. Also, our LED project, we commenced, we had a commencement ceremony today, this morning. They are at the streets department. They're looking to finish the streets department this week. And next week, they'll be going over to Promoshenko Stadium, and they'll be working their way through and around Bright Park. And last but not least, I'd like to wish everyone, on behalf of all the council members as well as all of the city staff, wish all of our members of our community a healthy and happy Easter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Communications from the public and petitions.
Number 1, request from the Real Moms of Dunkirk Football to use the corners of Central Avenue and 4th Street, Central Avenue and 5th Street, and West Doty Street near the Fire Hall to conduct their 3rd annual Dunkirk Football Tag Day fundraiser on Saturday, September 14, 2019 from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer this to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions. Councilman Bamonte with the first, Councilman Civiletto with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Bawasha.
Aye.
Number 2, request from Richard Gloss of 6 Fairview Avenue for a map section showing the storm sewer on Fairview Avenue does not go directly to Central Avenue but cuts south across Fairview Avenue about 50 feet from Central Avenue and goes into the yard at 3 Fairview Avenue. The assurance that the line will be scheduled for regular maintenance.
Any discussion, council? I need a motion to refer this to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions.
So moved.
Councilman Civiletto with the first, Councilman Bamonte with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Bawasha.
Aye.
Number 3, request from the Kosciuszko Club to have Nevin Street closed to traffic between East Doty Street and Courtney Streets on Friday, June 21st, 2019, and Saturday, June 22nd, 2019, for the annual street dance from 5 p.m. till 12 a.m. Also asking for support of the City Parks Department for use of picnic tables and bandstands, City Streets Department for barricades, and the Police Department for patrolling in the area.
Any discussion, council? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer this to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions.
So moved.
Councilman Civiletto with the first, Councilman Bamonte with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan? Aye. Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Bawasha.
Aye.
Number 4, request from the Chautauqua Hospice and Palliative Care to schedule a presentation to the council, fire chief, and police chief regarding a collaboration of organizations and agencies to reduce available drugs on the streets.
Because this involves numerous department heads, I'm going to make the usual motion, so it goes to everybody that it needs to go to. So I'm looking for a motion to refer this to the appropriate departments as well as approve, subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions.
So moved.
Councilman Civiletto with the first, Councilman Bamonte with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Bawasha.
Aye.
Number 5, notice of claim from William M. Reardon of 3 Fairview Avenue for alleged damages from sewage overflow flooding his basement on December 31st, 2019.
I need a motion to refer this to the law department and to DPW.
So moved.
Councilman Civiletto with the first, Councilman Bamanto with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan.
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye.
Number 6, prior written notice from Carol Ann Capitano for a tree that poses a safety risk on Paper Temple Street behind her home of 606 McKinley Avenue.
Any discussion, council? Councilman Bamanto?
Randy, can you give us an idea of what's going on back there?
Sure. I'd like to thank Ms. Capitano for bringing this back to our attention. It's an area that requires equipment that can get off-road, so we're going to contract that with the same contractor that's going to address 3 large trees that are beyond our size to be able to handle at hose 3. So we have several trees in Ms. Capitano's area, her tree, and then there's a couple in neighboring properties on that same paper street that should come down and will come down with the contractor.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, I need a motion to refer this to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions. Councilman Bamanto with the first.
Second.
Councilman Civiletto with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan.
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye.
Number 7, communication from the Dunkirk Historical Lighthouse and Veterans Park Museum inviting Mayor Rosas and council members to attend many of their scheduled events.
This communication will be received and filed. Loudspeaker applications, we have 5 of them on the agenda. However, C within your packet and on the agenda has been pulled for the evening, so there will be no action taken on C. However, I am also going to ask the clerk to read off the other 4 individually. During the workshop session, there was no discussion or concerns with either of them that would hold up a vote, so we're going to group the 4 of those together for 1 motion and 1 vote at the end. Clerk?
A, the Dunkirk PBA to use radio speakers at the large pavilion of Point Gratiot on June 21st, 2019 from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. B, the Kosciuszko Club to use microphone amplifier and speakers on June 21st, 2019 and June 22nd, 2019 from 7 p.m. till 11 p.m. during their annual street dance on Nevin Street. D, the Dunkirk Historical Lighthouse to use a sound system for events held on their grounds from May 1st, 2019 through October 31st, 2019. E, the Dunkirk Memorial Pool 62 to use a live band on the outside pavilion on May 27, 2019 from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m.
Any discussion, council? I need a motion to refer to the appropriate departments as well as approve subject to appropriate insurances and usual conditions. Councilman Bamanto with the first, Councilman Heenan with the second. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto.
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan.
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto.
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Reports of standing committees, boards, and commissions. Councilman Bamanto, the floor is yours.
Yes, I'd like to thank the mayor and staff for securing funds from the state for the LEG project, which was announced today, and the pier project that's going on. And also there'll be some more resolutions down here where you'll see grant funding and funding coming in for the mayor. So he's doing a super job in his staff. Also, I'd like to thank or wish everybody a happy Easter and have a safe holiday.
Thank you, Councilman Bamanto. Councilman Heenan.
Yeah, I'd just like to ask Captain Cotta from the fire department just to briefly go over the history of the ladder truck that we're going to be replacing, and briefly for the media and for the people at home, please.
Okay. The ladder truck that we are going to be purchasing is 33 years old. It was built in 1988. Since it was constructed, the NFPA, National Fire Protection Association, has made 4 revisions to the standard on firefighting apparatus, which those standards are made in regard to safety and to the firefighters and the public. Although that the current ladder truck has served us well, it's gotten old. It's become a maintenance burden in a couple ways. One is financially, and the other way is in search for parts for it. The new ladder truck will enhance the fire department tremendously. The versatility, the way we approach fires, safety, and just in modern technology alone. It's going to be a huge plus for our fire department and the city, and how we serve it.
Captain, what's the normal lifespan of a ladder truck of that nature?
I would say based on industry standard nowadays, it's probably 20 to 25 years in that regard. The NFPA changes revisions, we have no control over that, and they're for our own good, but as far as maintenance and condition, the one we have now has certainly outlived itself.
Good. I'm glad we're getting a new truck, and hopefully that'll pass council here. I'm sure it will.
Great.
And good luck on your new truck.
Thank you.
That is all.
Thank you, Councilman Heenan. Councilman Civiletto?
And just to talk a little bit more about what Councilman Heenan talked about, the nice thing about this new truck also is going to be good for search and rescue as well, because it's going to have a bucket on the end that you can actually put people into or items into, and the firemen can then tend to the person or the fire without having to, like with the old one, have to firemen carry someone down the ladder, which is by no means an easy task. So this is just going to make search and rescue a lot easier, especially in places like the high rise and any large building. So I'm definitely for that as well. Just also want to announce on Saturday at 2:45 at Washington Park, there's going to be an Easter egg hunt for community members. There's going to be coffee and hot chocolate, prizes for those who find special Easter eggs. So come on out and have a good time. That again is on Saturday, this Saturday at 2:45 at Washington Park. And I believe I also wanted to, say a lot of these pre-filed resolutions, all monies that Rebecca and her department and the mayor have worked hard to get these fundings, and I appreciate all of the work that they've done. We've been working on things like the dog park for many, many years, and to know that it's well beyond what our vision was even 6 months ago is pretty impressive. And beyond that, that's it.
Thank you, Councilman Civiletto. Although Councilman Williams is not here, he called me today and wanted to ask Randy a question. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. He doesn't even know I was going to do that, so.
I actually have an answer to that.
Hopefully that part doesn't make the press. Now he's going to be upset. Moving right along to unfinished business, we have none, so number 9, pre-filed resolutions.
35, resolution authorizing mayor to execute agreement with Chautauqua County for Stop DWI program.
Any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin?
Aye.
Number 36, resolution accepting $60,000 Appalachian Region Commission grant funds for NRG reuse study.
Any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin?
Aye.
Number 37, resolution accepting $100,000 New York State Agriculture and Markets grant funds for Dunkirk Animal Shelter and Dog Park.
Any discussion, council?
I did have one thing.
Councilman Civiletto?
I believe that the idea for looking for this grant, did that come from Chief Ortolano? Did you know about this? With Rebecca on it? So I also wanted to say thank you to Chief too, because that might not have, and I believe Councilman Heenan helped out with that as well, and we've all, everyone on the council has really pushed for this. So thank you to everybody involved.
Thank you, Councilman Civiletto. Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin?
Aye.
Number 38, resolution accepting $750,000 DASNY grant funds for Dunkirk Senior Center expansion project.
Any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin?
Aye.
Number Number 39, resolution accepting $225,000 Market New York funds for Dunkirk Great Lakes Grand Prix.
Any discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye.
Number 40, resolution authorizing purchase of ladder truck through interlocal contract.
We have two amendments to that. The first amendment is that the sponsors should be changed to the entire council. And the second amendment is to change who the contract is coming from. It is correct on the actual resolution that was passed out, but it's incorrect on the agenda. So instead of it saying through Hinsdale Fire District bid award contract, it should say through interlocal contract. So we're going to vote on the two amendments first. I'm going to package them together. Clerk, call the roll on the two amendments.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Now we're going to vote on the resolution as amended. Clerk.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye.
Number 41, resolution authorizing lease to purchase one vehicle for police department through state contract Papa Charlie 67571.
Any discussion, council? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilman at-large Voisin.
Aye.
Number 42, resolution authorizing boardwalk lease agreement renewal. Wendy Rodriguez doing business as Water's Edge Gifts.
There is a few amendments to this that the council was presented with in writing prior to the meeting. So I'm going to ask for a motion to accept the amendments as presented to us.
So moved.
Councilman Civiletto with the first, Councilman Bamanto with the second. Clerk, call the roll on the amendments.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Voting on the resolution as amended.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Number 43.
Number 43, resolution authorizing sale of unopened Lark Street paper parcel to Chautauqua County Rural Ministries via quitclaim deed.
Richard, I know there's some questions during the workshop that you may have found answers to in the meantime. Could you
Yes.
enlighten us?
Well, and there was a question as to whether it was the entire street, and it's actually not. This paper street is only about 40 feet across, so it would be the adjacent half, the 20 feet adjacent to the Rural Ministries properties, and what was the Belleville property. And the back half actually has a private easement dating back to the 80s that allows for access to the church. It cuts off the paper street there, and cuts off that block. And so that back half, if we reserve the easements, just as we're gonna do on the adjacent half, can be sold to the parcel owners on the Eagle Street side, the other side.
Okay, so it is for only half of the street.
Correct, it's for 20 feet.
Okay. Did you have any further questions or concerns, Assessor Malechko? No? Okay. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Underneath new business, we do have a walk-in, resolution number 44. Clerk?
Resolution accepting application for water and sewer service for the Well Now Urgent Care Office in the town of Dunkirk.
Since this is a walk-in resolution, I would like probably Randy to speak about this.
There is a new development on Vineyard Drive, and they need water and sewer service, so I have to go through the treasurer's office to establish an account, but this gets them permission to do that. And we did study the capacity. There would be additional customer for city water and city sewer, and their timetable would be that they would like to get started tomorrow. So thank you for accepting the walk-in. Thank you for the two councilmen for sponsoring the walk-in. This lets construction season begin now that that white stuff hopefully is gone for a few months.
Is this going to be a brand-new build?
No,
It is not. It's going into an existing space.
that's my understanding.
The existing space there doesn't already have hookups?
No, they're still going to have a hookup, so
Gotcha.
it's, it may be an additional space. I don't know a lot about it. I studied the capacity. I have not seen plans for the actual building.
You threw me for a loop when you said it's not a new build. I just assumed it was a new build because of the hookups, so
Well,
sorry for the line of questioning.
It's okay.
Any further discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Councilman Heenan,
Second?
Councilman Civiletto. Clerk call the roll.
Councilmember Bamanto?
Aye.
Councilmember Heenan?
Aye.
Councilmember Civiletto?
Aye.
Councilmember at-large Voisin.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.